Right, good morning. Just been reading the comments. Very good, very good. Like them very much. On the second video I did yesterday, William said he uses an Arkan Zulus 5x20, same as me. He said, but we as viewers can't see if you're holding the gun level. So you're talking about Cant, you know. At certain distances, yes, Cant, if you're canting the rifle, not having the rifle level, can alter the shot. But at 24 yards, you've got nothing to worry about. I could literally have the rifle like so and still hit the target. Now I might do a video on this later, but if I said to you, two men, I would say John Chapman and Morgan James, does that mean anything to you? Or are they just men's names? Well, they invented the first telescopic scope for a rifle in 1835, between 1835 and 1840. And when you think about them days, they didn't have spirit levels. Well, they did, but not for rifles. Or plumb lines. They didn't even think about it. All they thought about was putting this unit on a rifle and zeroing it in. And when you think about the way the scope's made, whether you're using a digital and it's like a square screen, or you're looking at through a telescopic scope which is round, we all know that's 360 degrees, and any quarter what crosses over is your zero pointer. Yeah. Now I don't know how they made theirs in a way of how it works, but when you alter a scope, your reticle, whatever reticle you're using, always seems to be stayed in the middle, whether you use the elevation or windage. It always looks like it's in the middle. Yeah. And that's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? If it's in the middle and it's zeroed, you can hit your target. Yeah. I think too many people listen to too many things on YouTube, as I said yesterday, and it seems like when one person makes a video, hundreds of others makes it as well, but all a little bit different. Yeah, I know for a fact my videos, okay, they're fun, you know what I mean? We've got a nice little group of people who banter each other on the comments, you know, very, very good. And that's what my videos are all about, really. But also, I know people in the States and other parts of the country tries to copy what I'm doing, but why don't you see them? Because they're not consistent. To do shooting how I shoot, you have to be consistent in what you do, you know. And I think I'm the only channel which no one's copying in a way of shooting very, very small targets. And that makes me proud, you know what I mean? But don't take no notice what you see on on reviews, Paul, you made a comment about before buying the Unica, you was thinking about the MPO3, and you was put off by the reviews you saw about the movement of the stock. Oh, such an easy fix. I knew there was movement before I even bought the rifle. But if there's a gap, plug it. You know what I mean? It's such an easy fix. Such a good rifle. As I say, I think it's a good rifle, but when you come to shoot it, it might not. You know what I mean? It might not be as good as you thought it was. But yeah, shame you didn't ask me about that MPO3. Anyway, today I'm not quite sure because it's really dark. Well, it's early, but it's light enough to me to see black clouds, you know what I mean? So I imagine we've got rain on the way. We just have to wait and see if I can get out today, okay? So until then, I'll see you later. Bye. Right, good morning. Again, I'm with the Beeman. I'm going to check these pellets out again. Down there I've got quite a large bullseye target, and those 5 which I shot yesterday target. Reading the comments this morning, William made a comment about he shoots the 520 Zulus as well, and let's just get the comment up. Yeah, he says, William Poulter, he says, hi Terry, I too use the Arkan Zulus 520. We as viewers can't see if you're holding the gun level on the target. So he's talking about canting the gun, you know, if I'm not level it's canting, whatever. Of course he goes on to say it's easy to correct this by the gyroscope. Yeah, okay. Mine's all been gyroed, and when the gun cants at further long distance, it can put your shot off. So what I've done today, I've changed the reticle, and also I've canted the rifle. So I'll just show you what I mean. I'll start the recording. Right, okay, so you can see it's on the target and the rifle's canting downwards, or sloping to the right, yeah, quite a bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple of shots at the bullseye, and we'll see how close I can get to it with a canted rifle at 24 yards, okay? Right, because I'm canted, I'm going to go just below the bullseye, or just at the bottom of the bullseye with my reticle. As I say, I'm not quite sure if this is zeroed properly with these pellets, but we'll see how it goes. And that's a bullseye. That's a bullseye with a canted scope. if I was shooting longer distances, like, I don't know, maybe anywhere between 100 and further away, that shot would alter a bit. A lot of people, they try and get the rifle dead straight like that, you know, so they can see the mil dots and stuff like that. But as I say, it doesn't make no difference on short range targets. Too many people on YouTube again do these reviews and they all copy each other and they say it all in different ways, you know what I mean? High end shooters all say the same. If your rifle's canted, you're not going to get a perfect shot. Well, I'm afraid I've just done a perfect shot on that bullseye with one shot. Put yourself in this position. If you was a sniper in a war, and you happen to knock your scope and it's canted, do you call your officer and say, I'm going back to headquarters to realign my scope? Of course you don't. You compensate for that cant. You know, you just compensate for that cant. You know, it really amazes me when people do these reviews or their shooting channel, what they come out and say. Right, let's take another shot at it. Now that's just top of the bullseye, that one, see it? If anything, you have to rely, as I say, you have to rely on the ammo you're shooting, bullets, pellets, whatever. And if you find a few shots going off, compensate for it, you know. So we're going to shoot for the white ring on that number 1. And that's just above, okay? But that's not the cant doing it, it's the pellet. So if I come down a bit further, you can see the pellet drop and it's almost on that number 1. And you just compensate for your shot. So we go for number 2 and we come down, and now I'm around about 2 mil dots down. And that's just underneath. So now I'm going to go up just a fraction. And that's right beside it on number 2. And you can see how canted I am. Even if I push my bipod leg another notch down, so now I'm really canted. This rifle is really canted now, you can see it. Oh no, it's straightened up, but it's canted just a little bit to the other side, you know, so you can see it much better now on the white. So we go for number 3. and that's just above, but it's in the line. I mean, if that was a, what can you say, if that was a person, he's dead anyway, yeah. So I come down a little bit further, and it looks like it's hit number 3, but just slightly to the left of it, and you can really see how my bipod legs are. See the shape of them? That's 1 notch, and that's on 1 notch, so that's on number 2 notch. So if I place that one the same, now you can see it's straight, it's straight and higher, but the scope will still be canted. There it is, just slightly canted. Now I'm a little bit too high now, so I'll have to lift the rifle up. Right, okay, so we're going for number 4. 1 3/4 mil dots. And that's shot high. But it's not in number 4 line, so we go for 2 mil dots. And that's shot over into number 5, but directly centred of that number 4. And of course I've got my fingers underneath this, which is not making me that stationary, So I'm coming back down. Ooh. Okay. Now you can still see me canted, and at 24 yards you don't worry about the cants, I mean, you could literally have your scope like that, In fact, let's try that, shall we? Let's bring it down to, I'm on number 3. Look at it, look how it stands now, look. See that? And let's see how I can shoot with it. Right, okay, so I'm going to go for a number 1. Now it might go high because, well, hang on, we'll try, I'm going to aim at number 2, and bit of luck it should go on to number 1. That's just thinking how the pellets are flying, And there's number 1. Oh, and of course, if I let go of the rifle's going to fall. See that? So let's bring that bipod leg back. That was well canted, and I could still hit the target. And as I say, reviews, they're trying to baffle you with science, I mean? I hope I've just proved the point about Cant, Now there's interesting shot. See that speck that's on the, that speck there is on a cobweb. So you can see how small that is. It'd be interesting to see if I can shoot it. And this is last shot on this magazine. So going by the targets, I was what, 1 3/4 to 2mm dots. So that's what we're going to go for. Right, 2mm dots down. Let's see how high it goes above that speck. And that's virtually touched it. See it? Right, here comes another magazine, and we'll see what this magazine's like. So I'm 2mm dots. Yeah. With a canted rifle, shooting a little speck like that, you can't complain about that. Right, so I think I'm shooting a little bit over to the left, so I'm going to come 2mm dots to and a quarter. No, I'm not quite sure where that went, but this is all trial and error. But even so, as I say, if that was a person, you've got him. So I'm going to come to the right. I still don't know where that pellet was. So now I'm going to go directly for it. And that's the speck gone. You know, and that's with a canted rifle. Let's just zoom out. Although it's chipped a nice large bit of paint off, you can imagine how small that speck was. Yeah. Not quite sure if I can see any more specks, but yeah. People, they seem to get hung up on these reviews you see on YouTube. Oh, by the way, after yesterday's yesterday's video, I got a lot of hate email by people through emails. They're not even how can you put it? They haven't got the guts to say it on the comments because of their channel name. Yeah, I must have had 25 emails, virtually all saying the same thing. You shouldn't put that sort of content on YouTube. Well, if that's the case, you shouldn't be doing that sort of content if you haven't got the proper equipment. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a group shot now, and not really worried about where the pellets go. Well, I do, but I'm not worried about where the pellets go in a way of. So I'm going to come back to the bullseye. It's not going to see it, is it? We'll come over to number 3. Now I'm aiming, I can't remember, I'm loaded. I'm aiming directly at number 3. Okay. So I'm going to aim directly at number 3, and the way the pellets are going, it's going up. Okay, they're flying upwards, so that'll be, my marker will be number 3. That's up to the left, a shade. But as I say, I'm aiming at number 3 all the time. Now, as you can see, the scope is out. It needs to come down slightly to the right, but we're going for a group shot, so I don't really care. It's the grouping what's counting on this, and I'm just aiming at one spot, and that's number 3. And they're all going through the same hole now, although the hole is large. Just going through the same hole. This is the last shot, I think. No, that was the last shot, the one before. But anyway, the main purpose of this was what William said about, we don't know if your rifles, you know, how straight the rifle is. Well, it shows you that I'm not straight, it's canted. And I can still hit what I want to hit. You've got 2 bullseyes there, and the number's what I went for, and the number I went up there, and also the group shot. What more? Let's turn it off. What more can I say about being canted? Not a lot, really. As I say, too many people go on what they see and they don't try nothing. They believe in what they're hearing, and so what they're hearing is gospel. You know, I believe in what I see, and that to me is gospel. You know what I mean? Paul, he also said about the MP03. He was watching reviews on it. He quite liked the rifle. He was watching reviews on it, and what put him off was the butt, or the stock was moving. Well, I knew this before I even bought it. But if there's a gap, fill it. You know what I mean? Such an easy fix. And you know how my crowd shoots. Yeah. As I say, I don't watch reviews in a way of buying. If I like the look of the rifle, I buy it. If it shoots like crap, well then I'll have to suffer it, or try and do something with it to make it shoot work good. You know. But as for William's remark or comment, I don't worry about Cant. I compensate for any shot I do at any time. Okay, so until I shoot again, I'll see you later. Bye.